it's Karen Burniston here with an assembly video for one of our die sets. This is die number 1159, Picnic Elements, and you can check out all of our die designs at KarenBurniston.com. This is a great die set for using up scraps. Just go find all the different colors of the elements and then you can run it through pretty much all at the same time. A Spellbinders tool-in-one, and we do sell those on our website, can be a great tool for emptying out dies, and especially ones like the picnic blanket overlay that has all of those little squares. But those squares are also useful because you can throw a little piece of white over any section of that picnic blanket overlay and run it through and get yourself some little tiny ice cubes for the lemonade. There are 3 dies in the set that I think really benefit from an optional embossing, and that is the French bread, the picnic basket, and the top of the pie. So I'm using some craft cardstock for those 3 dies, and I am just using the sandwich for my machine that allows me to emboss a wafer-thin die. And when dies are brand new, I do suggest that you do the embossing first, because then you've got those dies pressed into the paper and embossed, but it's really easy to set them right back into those grooves. Change out your machine to a cutting sandwich and run it back through to cut them. Also optional, but if you use a little brown ink, maybe with a blending tool or brush, and just kind of brush that ink over that picnic basket and the bread and the pie top, then you can really get some cool texture to it. So the bread is in 2 pieces. Just add some glue to the overlay and then put it over the top of the solid piece. The pie is also in 2 pieces, so I cut the full pie out of silver and then put the top over it. There is a die in the set to cut a straw for the lemonade, and I like to just take a red pen and draw some stripes on it. And then for the glass of lemonade, you have a die that cuts the full glass, so that looks nice out of maybe white or silver. And then there is another die in the set that will cut the liquid. So in this case, I'm making it yellow for lemonade and just gluing that over the top. Now, a QuickStik is also a really good tool for doing all of these little pieces. You can pick them up easily with a QuickStik, and we do sell that on our website as well. My favorite glue is LINECO Neutral pH Adhesive in my fine tip bottle, and that's what I'm using to attach the straw to the lemonade, and then just putting a little dot of glue to pick up one of those ice cubes and add it. For the pitcher, there's the full pitcher die, but then there's also a die that does just the liquid. So once again, just adding some glue over the pitcher where the liquid's going to go, picking it up with my QuickStik, and then gluing it over the top. And then optional is you can use some of those little white squares as ice cubes. So here is my finished lemonade pitcher and lemonade. There is a die in the set that will do the fabric kind of liner for the picnic basket, so that just fits right across the top of the basket. And you can, of course, cut that out of any color or pattern that you like. And then there is a die that will cut both of the handles for the basket, and my favorite thing is to pierce holes and attach those handles using mini brads. And that way I can kind of spin the handles to whatever angle I want. But if you didn't have mini brads or you didn't want the extra bulk, you could always just glue them on. And then the final die in the set is the picnic blanket itself. So there's the overlay piece, and then there is the background of the blanket. So here are the finished elements in the picnic element set. There is a die that will cut 2 little small ants, and obviously you can just cut as many of those as you need. The blanket die can double as grass if you cut it out of green. So you see that on the front of this card, and then inside I've got the picnic blanket and the pie. Always fun to put a little heart on the pie, or maybe some of the fruit out of our tree fruit die set. There is a card that's on the packaging for our slim flaps and frames die set where the picnic elements is used. So a little scene on one of the front flaps, and then the picnic elements used throughout the interior of that card, animated on our mini pops die set. So this card was definitely the inspiration piece for another card that I made as a class. And this next one that uses the slim flaps and frames also has the picnic element. So you can see the pie there in this panel, and then a kind of a copy of that earlier picnic scene. Now this one, instead of using magnets to hold the slim flaps and frames closed, it has an extra little panel on the side. But inside it is the mini pops that's being used to animate all those picnic elements. Little line of ants carrying away the French bread. And then in the final panel, the tiny trees using the tree fruit lemons. So I love to end assembly videos with a little bit of inspiration from our talented design team. I love Fran Sabad's card front here where she's embossed the overlay die for the picnic blanket into the solid die and then filled up her basket with the pieces out of the set, but then also some of that tree fruit, and she incorporated the wine charms. Then inside, she's got a great little apple orchard going with the tiny trees pop-up and the tree fruit, and then again, the picnic elements. And Karen Aiken shows on this card that there can be nothing better than a pink picnic with a fairy drinking some lemonade. Lois Bach used the mini pops to animate her little picnic scene on this card, also featuring our spring animals. And then finally, a lovely card by Sandy Diller, also using the mini pops and tiny trees. She's got the woodland animals, the squirrels eating the bread. It's adorable. The Picnic Elements die set is available now at a lot of your favorite local and online retailers, as well as on our website, KarenBurniston.com. Thanks for watching. If you click on the website link, you'll go to KarenBurniston.com, where you can find out information about purchasing these dies, as well as links to all my other social media accounts. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out some of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.